Pedro Pascal's rapid rise in Hollywood has been surprisingly overwhelming. In just a few years, he's gone from a background actor to a dominant figure across TV, film, fashion, and politics. This video breaks his story into 3 parts: his humble beginnings, his sudden fame and carefully managed public image, and the controversies that reveal Hollywood's double standards. It questions why the media protects him and suggests that Pascal may represent the deeper issues behind today's celebrity culture. Whether you admire him or not, this analysis promises to shift your perspective. The struggling actor nobody noticed, Pedro Pascal's journey didn't start with fame. He was born José Pedro Balmaceda Pascal in Santiago, Chile, in 1975. His family fled Chile's Pinochet regime and settled in the U.S., giving Pedro a very personal immigrant background. He studied acting at New York University's Tisch School of the Arts. But his early career was anything but glamorous. For nearly 2 decades, Pascal bounced from one minor role to another. Law and Order, CSI, The Good Wife, Without a Trace, and other procedural filler. He wasn't headlining anything. He wasn't trending. At times, he even considered quitting acting altogether. But then, in 2014, he landed a breakout role as Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones. His portrayal was electric and instantly memorable, but it was also brief. Even after that role, Pascal remained more of a fan favorite than a bankable star. His real breakthrough came in 2019, when he became the Mandalorian, the masked bounty hunter in Disney's Star Wars universe. Ironically, he wasn't even visible in the role most of the time. But that didn't stop Disney from building him into the face of the franchise. The rise from background actor to ubiquitous poster boy after The Mandalorian. Things changed fast. Suddenly, Pedro Pascal was everywhere. He starred in Wonder Woman 1984, then HBO's The Last of Us, where he again became the face of a globally recognized franchise. By 2025, he's lined up 3 films in 1 month: Materialists, Eddington, and the Fantastic Four reboot. This level of saturation is rare, even in Hollywood. It's not just that Pascal is landing roles. He's being inserted into every cultural property, like a stamp of approval or a media placeholder for relatable stardom. But the question is, why him? Why now? The image. Building the Pedro Pascal persona. Pedro Pascal's public persona is PR perfection. He represents diversity as a Latino and multilingual actor, supports liberal causes without being polarizing, embraces gender-fluid fashion in a safe, media-friendly way, and presents himself as anxious and relatable, making him feel approachable to audiences. In interviews, Pascal often talks about his struggles with anxiety, saying things like, "Anxiety is something I've lived with since I was a child. It's part of my chemistry. It makes him feel real. It makes him safe. And most importantly, it makes him uncriticizable." His carefully marketed image is like armor. Every awkward moment becomes charming. Every controversial remark becomes brave. He plays into internet memes, flirts with fans, and does interviews that seem spontaneous but are often part of a much larger studio strategy. Pedro Pascal has become a personality product, sold to us as genuine, but crafted to fit every checkbox Hollywood deems essential right now. The behavior, a pattern that's easy to miss or ignore. But recently, cracks have started to appear, and they raise some serious questions. During the Fantastic Four press tour, Pascal appeared with co-star Venessa Kirby. The two were overly affectionate, hugging, stroking arms, whispering into ears. But one moment went viral for all the wrong reasons. Pascal placed his hands over Kirby's pregnant belly. He wasn't just touching her casually. He was grinning at the cameras, playing into intimacy. Thing is, Kirby is reportedly engaged to someone else. The moment, though ignored by mainstream press, felt intrusive to many viewers, but this wasn't a one-off. A resurfaced video showed Pascal flirting with Willem Dafoe's wife, touching her back, leaning in, making what many felt were suggestive comments. Dafoe's smile quickly disappeared. Then there's the red carpet moment with Sarah Paulson, where he wraps his arm tightly around her and whispers in her ear. She looks physically tense. It's awkward to watch. Or Dakota Johnson's remark that Pascal once encouraged her to start an adult content page to sell feet pics. The media framed it as playful. But would it be treated the same if another male actor said that? There's a clear pattern of boundary blurring, overfamiliar, flirtatious behavior that somehow never results in headlines. Media silence. Why no one calls him out? These videos have garnered millions of views. Entire Reddit threads and TikTok compilations exist analyzing these moments. Yet there's zero backlash. No headlines, no op-eds, no career implications. Why? Because Pedro Pascal is too valuable. He's the embodiment of Hollywood's desired brand. Progressive, but not radical. Diverse, but not confrontational. Edgy, but non-threatening. Memeable, but safe. He doesn't scare executives. He doesn't offend media buyers. He boosts engagement without risk. And so, he's protected. The double standard. The Gina Carano comparison. The clearest evidence of Hollywood's hypocrisy is the case of Gina Carano, Pascal's Mandalorian co-star. Carano was fired in 2021 for controversial social media posts comparing political divisions in the US to Nazi Germany. Within 24 hours, Disney cut ties. She was blacklisted, labeled dangerous, and dropped from major projects. Pedro Pascal. He made a nearly identical comparison of Trump supporters to Nazis in 2017, but faced no consequences. In fact, he was promoted. Carano's lawsuit against Disney highlights this exact contradiction, pointing out that Pascal's political views were protected because they aligned with corporate narratives, while hers were punished because they didn't. Manufactured authenticity. Is it all calculated? Let's look at the timeline. Pascal criticizes J.K. Rowling in April 2025. A month later, he gives a powerful immigration speech at Cannes. Meanwhile, his movies are launching one after another. Coincidence or brilliant PR? He's media savvy. He gives the internet what it wants: emotion, wokeness, just enough personal vulnerability, just enough viral flair. And the moment something awkward happens, it's brushed off as just Pedro being Pedro. That's the problem. This curated authenticity isn't authentic at all. It's a Hollywood product, Hollywood's golden puppet. Today, Pedro Pascal is the face of 4 franchises, the ambassador for half a dozen brands, and a political mouthpiece for causes that align perfectly with corporate interests. It's no longer about talent. It's about usefulness. Pedro Pascal has become Hollywood's golden puppet, saying the right things, in the right tone, with the right skin tone, the right emotional language, and the right box office return. He's not dangerous. He's profitable. And as long as that remains true, his flaws will never make it past the edit room. The man behind the mask. Pedro Pascal isn't a villain, but he's also not the innocent figure the media paints him to be. He's a savvy player in a Hollywood system that values image over truth. His rise reflects an industry where personalities are branded, authenticity is manufactured, and morality is used for marketing. As long as audiences accept the surface story, figures like Pascal will remain protected, while others are discarded. So the real question is Pedro Pascal the future of Hollywood, or just its most convincing illusion?